Alright, so today we're talking about Zetsubou no Shima. Now this map, this map, I like the map. I think the map is good. I think the idea of the map is good and the story behind the map is fantastic. But I have an issue with Zetsubou and the following map, which is Garrod Krovi, in this game that may be controversial. I don't know. I think it might be kind of fair to say, but we'll get to it in a little bit. So, as always with these videos, we're going to talk about what the map added, what's new to the map, the wonder weapons, the specialist weapons, any new enemy types, stuff like that. In terms of the Easter eggs and the side Easter eggs, I do want to cover those in a different kind of video, separately for each map, and then the wonder weapon as well. I will show gameplay of the upgraded version, but in terms of going in full detail about the wonder weapon, I do want to leave those again for separate videos. So yeah, there's just going to be an overall kind of overview of the map. So let's get to it. Okay, let's start with the new weapons the map added. So you've got the KT4, which upgrades to the Masamune, and this is a craftable wonder weapon, and the upgraded version is also a craftable weapon. And this is one of the issues I have with the map, specifically. So it's not really that hard to do, really. Like, it's just 3 items you gotta find for each version of the gun, and then you're done. The issue I have with this map and Garrod mainly is because it's such busy work. Like other maps, I think Revelations, it also has like buildable weapons and stuff like that and upgrades, but it doesn't take anywhere near as long to do in that map. And when I cover Revelations in a few days, or about a week from now, I'll go more in depth with that. But specifically with Zetsubou and Garrod, there's so much setup to do, and it's such an awkward faff that it just takes a while, and doing some of these steps can get you killed very easily if you're not careful. So you do really have to pace yourself. But that's kind of like my only issue with this map and Garrod. It's just so awkward to get set up. But on the bright side, it is kind of worth it. The KT4 is very strong. The Masamune version is even stronger. Again, I'll go more in depth with the wonder weapons in a different video. But if you want to push high rounds on Zetsubou, the Masamune is kind of a must because it just kills so much so quickly. But that's not the only weapon we have in Zetsubou. It's also very, very strong, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first of all, while the footage is playing, new dog round, new boss round, the spiders. Now these spiders are really easy. It's really nothing crazy. There is a side Easter egg to do with the spiders, and I'll cover that in a separate video. I do all the Easter eggs for each map, but spiders are really easy. I think it just fits the theme of the map more than dogs do. So yeah, nothing to say about that. Just spiders are spiders. That's all there really is to say about those. Right, so now moving on to the second wonder weapon of the map, the Skull of Nansapwe. I think I pronounced that right. So this thing is insane. A lot easier to get than the actual wonder weapon in the map, honestly. But this thing's even stronger than the Masamune, I'd say. So first of all, the difference is with this specialist compared to the Ragnaroks and the Eisendrache is this thing doesn't have like a timer. It runs out when it runs out of ammo. Like, that's it. And again, it is something you need to do the main Easter egg, same with the Ragnaroks. But this thing is insane. I mean, it just kills everything very easily. You can train with this thing and you kill whole hordes with it. It's really simple to get, again, in comparison to the KT4, and it's crazy. I think this is probably the most overpowered specialist in Black Ops 3, for sure, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to use. It does have 2 effects, but the secondary effect, again, I'll cover it more in depth in a later video, but it's more so for the Easter egg and like finding different items you need and stuff like that for upgrades for the wonder weapon. But nevertheless, easy to get hold of, very, very fun. The shield also makes a return in Zetsubou. The shield is present in like every map on Black Ops 3, but again, the shield has more of a... Again, it's necessary to have for the main Easter egg, as well as upgrading the wonder weapon, so again, just adds on top of the faff even more. But luckily, the building of the shield itself isn't the hard part, it's just more so the getting the shield ready to do Easter egg steps and stuff like that does take a bit of time, and it's very RNG dependent, and again, we'll get to that in a future video, but the shield is the shield. It's very good, it's very popular in zombies, and people like the shields in Black Ops 3, I think, for sure. This map also introduces a new like boss type enemy that spawns within waves. I believe it's called a thresher, I think. Essentially, it's like this big overgrown spore-covered zombie, and it has weak spots on its body you can shoot to kill it. Again, the Masamune kind of makes it a joke, and so is the Skull. They're both extremely strong weapons. They're pretty cool though, they fit the map very, very well, and again, they're very present in the Easter egg, especially in the final boss, which we'll get to at some point. But I like them. I don't think they're a nuisance and not hard to deal with, and again, they fit the vibe very, very well. Now, a core mechanic with Zetsubou, which I quite like actually, it's quite unique to the map, I'd say, and there's a lot of combinations you can do with it, but it's the plants. So essentially, while you're playing, you'll pick up seeds, okay? And you can hold 3 at a time, and you also have a bucket, which you can find like pretty much anywhere on the map. And there's like multiple different types of water. I believe there's a blue one, a green one, a purple one, and then like a iridescent one, which is essentially what people call rainbow water. Again, that's used for the upgrading of the wonder weapon. Pretty much all of the time, the water is needed early on to get set up, but you can plant these seeds, and after like 3 or 4 rounds, they'll grow into certain plants, and they change depending on the combination of water you give them. I won't go into detail again with this video because I do want to leave that kind of stuff for separate videos when I go over all kinds of like the extra stuff in the maps. But just as examples, there's one that can kind of essentially kind of plant into like a monkey bomb type thing where it will like draw zombies in and kill them over time. There's one that literally just gives you fruit, and I believe the fruit has different effects as far as I'm remembering. And there's one that kind of like impales a zombie and holds it for a while so that you can go and do whatever you gotta do, kind of like a second player holding a zombie for you so you can run around and get parts you need and stuff. And there's a few more than that, but it's a cool system. There are ways to make it easier to deal with, and again, that's kind of related to side Easter eggs, so I'll get to that at some point. But I like it. It's kind of tedious, but once you kind of know the combinations off the top of your head and where the water spots are and stuff like that, it's a lot easier to deal with. It's more so than just waiting for the rounds to go by so you can get what you want. And then finally, I think the main thing with this map is the map has a lot of underwater sequences, especially when you're trying to find parts and doing the wonder weapon quests and stuff like that, where you do have to go underwater and swim. It's very fiddly in zombies, I think. Out of anywhere on the map, when you're trying to get set up early on, the water is where you're probably going to die the most. It's just really weird. Like, it's fine, obviously swimming was a thing in Black Ops 3 as a whole, and it's a cool addition and it makes sense with the map, but it's not the most well executed thing ever. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything in the map that's kind of new. I will obviously again go over side Easter eggs and main Easter egg and stuff like that in a future video, but these overview videos are gradually coming out. I'm nearly through most of the Black Ops 3 stuff now. I think I've just got Revelations and a bit of Go Rod to cover still. Go Rod was kicking my ass when I was trying to do all the secondary stuff to show footage of it, but I'm almost done with it, and then it's Revelations. After Black Ops 3, there'll be a bit of a bigger gap between 3 and 4, mainly because I just haven't played Black Ops 4 Zombies that much in a long time, so going back and playing through those maps again and learning stuff is going to take a bit more time compared to Black Ops 3, but it shouldn't be too big of a wait compared to normal, just maybe like an extra couple of days, something like that. But there's a lot of maps to cover in Black Ops 4 as well, and we're almost at the end of Black Ops 3, and once I'm done with the overview videos of Black Ops 4 Zombies and Cold War, I will jump into non-Treyarch games and also start doing like the Wonder Weapon videos and the Easter egg videos and stuff like that, as well as more streams as well. So plenty of stuff coming in terms of Zombies content after these videos are done, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that's Zetsubou, a brief overview of Zetsubou. Let me know what you think of the map. Do you like Zetsubou? Do you not? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I always like to hear what people say. And yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.